Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The session 4 at the Imam Nawawi Hall today will be a special presentation because all presenters have another commitment to do. So those who are outside this room, please come because we will terminate our presentation before time. So I would like to call upon Professor Dr. Dadang Kahmad, Professor Dr. Kamal Mujani, Professor Dr. Abdul Rashid, Professor Dr. Sulaiman bin Yusoff, please be on stage. Abdul Rashid, yes, Abdul Rashid. Thank you. Okay, distinguished yes, brothers and sisters. This session consisting of 4 papers that will be presented by prominent presenters from various countries. Since all presenters have another commitment after this presentation, so I would like to call Professor Dr. Dadang to present the first paper on the role of Malay Muslim in the larger world. Okay, and then call upon Professor Dr. Kamal Mujani on the top on Wasatiyyah concept, its implementation in Malaysia, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. And thank you very much, Professor Ibrahim, Mr. Chairman, for the session today. First of all, I would like to thank to the committee for inviting me to join this conference. Without further delay, I would like to present my paper, which is on the Wasatiyyah. The title of my paper is The Wasatiyyah, a Modern Concept, its Implementation in Malaysia. I have submitted my paper to the committee, and I think, inshallah, you have a time to have a look on it. But today, I'm going to present or to share my experience in conducting a research or a survey on Wasatiyyah. So based on this survey, okay, we try to know about the level of understanding of the Malaysians towards the concept of Wasatiyyah. So basically, the aim, as I've told you before, the aim of my presentation is to analyze the findings of the survey which was conducted to evaluate the implementation of Wasatiyyah concept introduced by the 5th Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Seri Muhammad Najib bin Tun Abdul Razak, in September 12, 2010. And as he has mentioned, that the concept of Wasatiyyah should be a lifelong practice for all groups and levels as taught by Islam. And as we know that the Wasatiyyah or moderation refers to the wisdom of forming good relation, harmony, mutual respect between Muslims and believers or other religions, where there should be a balance between here and the hereafter. Datuk Seri Muhammad Najib also has made Wasatiyyah as the support for the One Malaysia concept, which aims to unify the multicultural society in in Malaysia. And as we know that the Wasatiyyah or moderate has been the practice of the Malay community and its leader from ages. In fact, this approach has contributed to the success of the Malay community in securing independence from the British in an amicable manner without having to resort or to spilling a lot of blood. And the survey that we have carried out was conducted from November 2012 until October 2013, and 5,152 questionnaires were distributed, and 5,094 questionnaires were collected. And the research questions are: to what extent Malaysian society understand the meaning of Wasatiyyah? Number two, what are the challenges faced by the government in practicing Wasatiyyah? And finally, what are the association between these variables and the level of understanding of Wasatiyyah? And the hypotheses are: hypothesis one, zone differences do not affect the understanding of Wasatiyyah among respondents. Hypothesis two, urban areas have higher understanding of Wasatiyyah than the rural areas. Hypothesis three, ethnicity affects the level of understanding of Wasatiyyah. And finally, level of education affects the understanding of Wasatiyyah. So from here, you can see the table which shows the number. The number of questionnaires which was distributed to all 13 states in Malaysia. Okay, so we conducted the survey in 3 phases. Okay, I think I don't have to explain more on this. Okay, and regarding the division of zone, we divided the zone into 5 zones: North, East Coast, Central, South, and finally Sabah and Sarawak. Okay, and from here also you can see the graph which shows the total number of responding according to the state. Okay, from here you can see most of the respondent were from urban area compared to the rural area. Okay, regarding the age, okay, you can see from here respondents their age between 16 and 25. Okay, is the highest number. Okay, regarding the gender, male and female. Okay, and regarding the ethnic, you can hear Malay, and the others is the small number. And regarding the religion, so Islam, okay, Islam is the most our respondent region. Okay, marital status, level of education. From here you can see most of our respondents, they were certificate or diploma holders. Regarding the local and abroad education, most of them were educated in local, okay, employment sector, and most of them are working at the public sector. And regarding the occupation, also most of them working at the as in services or as a support staff, monthly income. Okay, now we come. I think we come to our crucial discussion on literacy on Wasatiyyah. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, from here you can see, okay, 62.60% of our respondents mentioned that they know about Wasatiyyah, and meanwhile 37.40 say that they did not know about Wasatiyyah. Okay, however, I think 37.40 is still a big number. Okay, regarding the concept of Wasatiyyah, okay, this you can see the bar graph, okay, prove that most of the respondents extremely agree that Wasatiyyah means moderation. Okay, we can see, I will show you the question of number 1, and they extremely disagree that the implementation of Wasatiyyah is only for the Muslim. So you can see from here, okay, question number 1 and question number 15, and sources of Wasatiyyah. Okay, you can see from here, from this bar chart, that most of our respondents, okay, receive their information on Wasatiyyah through television, okay, followed by press and internet. So television is still playing an important role in disseminating or promoting the meaning of the meaning and the concept of Wasatiyyah. Okay. Regarding the challenges in practicing Wasatiyyah, okay, from this okay slide, you can see that most of the respondents agree that fostering religious harmonies is extremely easy challenge in practicing Wasatiyyah. Meanwhile, encouraging political debate is extremely difficult challenge in practicing Wasatiyyah. So the question for number 3 here, fostering religious harmony, and question number 5, encourage political debate. So by encouraging political debate from our survey, it will not lead to the practicing of Wasatiyyah. Okay, and regarding the strategy to implement the Wasatiyyah, okay, based on our survey also, so the best strategy to implement Wasatiyyah is by fostering mutual respect, okay, between multi-ethnics. Meanwhile, by maintaining the system of vernacular school is not the best strategy to implement the Wasatiyyah concept. Okay, and regarding the causes for lack of information on Wasatiyyah, okay, you can see from here, okay, because number 1, okay, less or no information about Wasatiyyah. Number 2, okay, number 2, never been exposed to the related program, and finally, unable to find related printed materials. And to conclude, okay, overall, the research is able to answer most hypotheses, but the result of chi-square 0.123 for areas urban and rural shows insignificant of relationship between the understanding of Wasatiyyah to respondents resided either rural and urban. Number 2, medium of communication rank best by respondent that shares information on Wasatiyyah is first television, followed by internet, printed the media, peers, talks, book, radio, magazine, and brochure. Total respondent of 3,191 answered yes to understanding of Wasatiyyah, compared to a total respondent of 1,903 that answered no to understanding Wasatiyyah. And out of this, 633 from Sabah and Sarawak. And I have to mention right here, based on the survey in Sabah and Sarawak, the utilization of term Wasatiyyah that's come from Arabic language is sometimes misunderstood to Islamization process for non-Muslim. Okay, and let me tell you that the Wasatiyyah also contributes to social cohesion process in Malaysia. And the suggestion from our survey is TV is relatively the best medium to disseminate information when compared to other social media, and the authorities can maximize the use of television for such agenda. And finally, Zone Sabah and Sarawak must be given focus and attention to share the information and understanding of Wasatiyyah. With that, I end my presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
For Professor Dr. Kamal Mujani for the very excellent presentation on Wasatiyyah concept implementation in Malaysia. And then we go to the next paper that will be presented by Dean of Faculty of Theology, Federal Urdu University, Professor Dr. Abdul Rashid, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين. I am grateful to the organizer of the university, the college, and all the people who organized the conference. Because we have another important meeting, my paper is about 31 pages, but I will explain within a few minutes. Please, you watch the screen and I will explain point to point immediately. The topic of my paper is an Islamic value, forgiveness, may promote peace in today's changing world with Pakistan experience. And in abstract, I try to explain that with the promotion of forgiveness as an Islamic value, we promote tolerance, harmony, and peace in the society. First of all, I selected some Quranic verses from and mention the translation only. For example, the first verse is, those who freely spend while in prosperity are in adversity, and mention twice in anger, and forgive people. And forgive people, Allah loves and protects these people. And I'll also mention ayat verses number 2 and 3 and 4. And in the 5th, these are the Quranic verses. Go to the page 4. Quranic verses you can recite from the Holy Quran, and that will explain the importance of forgiveness. Islam provides common ground among different faiths, and in this way we may try together for the promotion of forgiveness. Coming to the main point, today's changing world and Pakistan. You know, this is Pakistan population map, and you see we are in Afghanistan and India between both. The sandwich of India and Pakistan and Afghanistan, we are both. And in the next, there is a federal area, page number 10, next. Federal area of Pakistan tribes area have only 2% population. But you know, we faced many problems from the people called Taliban, you know. And our government, according to our constitution of Pakistan 1973, there's a clear mention in the clauses of Islam, the aspect displaying in Islamic credential include that sovereignty of the state belong to God, Allah. And there will be no law in Pakistan against Quran and Sunnah. And on this work, if we claim that Islam is a religion of tolerance and peace by promoting the value of forgiveness, therefore Pakistan should be a paradigm for world. But unfortunately, from the establishment of Pakistan to the present, we have faced uncertain situations many times, particularly after 9/11. We are facing terrorism through suicide attacks. But according with the help of my university and the government, time to time we organize symposium, conferences and workshops, and from the academic point of view, we are trying to implement the Islamic values in our society. There are so many conferences for historical praises of Quran, geographical analysis, monitoring and its impact on society, new dimension in the study of Seerah by Muslim, Islamic society and civil society, a direction for Pakistan, international humanitarian law, Islamic perspective, a new paradigm in social sciences, the Islamization of knowledge, tolerance, culture and law, religious tolerance, promise and problems, tolerance and guarantee for world peace. In our country, we have very large network of religious institutions that called Dini Madaris. So the university now trying to, for the Dini Madaris to offer them come to the mainstream of quality education in Pakistan. So we are working on the Madaris. The first time pilot certificate was arranged for the Madaris program. The program was well received by both the madrasa and the university community, as evidenced by the leaders of all major madrasa, because we have different sects of Islamic madrasa, so we are trying to collect them together. And the second program was also organized, and all the school of thought participated, just like third program. And what we achieved from this program, for the first time in the history of Pakistan, we conducted professional certificate programs for madrasa teachers by the financial support of American people. Eminent mashayikh, ulama and educators of the country to promote the value of forgiveness and the implementation of this valuable Islamic value in our society, which is the dire need of the day's changing world. In the result of these efforts, most of religious institutions have modified their curriculum and included contemporary knowledge as English, computer science, mathematics. More than 100,000 students of these institutions have benefited the new approach of knowledge with the quality of result-oriented value of society, particularly forgiveness. And now there is some pictures. You see, there's people get the education from university. Next, please go on one by one. These are very eminent religious scholars from all school of thought. They came to the university and sit together with the ladies, female students, and got education. That is very difficult according to our culture. And for this, we are trying to promote the Islamic values, not teach the Islamic values, but implementation of Islamic values in our society. In this way, we will be able to promote tolerance, harmony, and peace locally, nationally, and as well as globally. Inshallah, wa ma alayna illa al-balagh.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Abdul Rashid. And then you can learn the Islamic values from Pakistan experience. Next, we go to Professor Dr. Wan Sulaiman bin Wan Yusoff, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahilladzi amarna bit-ta'lim wat-ta'allum wa hadana ila dinil Islam. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Qalu subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Allahumma rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Sadaqallahul azim. Thank you, Madam Chairman. My colleague, presenters, participants. First of all, we better thankful to Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. In this particular occasion, where I able in this room, able to get together in this room, but very, very unfortunate, the program today, I just get a reminder from the organizer. At the same time, I have to attend the meeting of roundtable meeting at 2:30, and at the same time I have to present this paper. So, even yesterday, I also mentioned about the concept of arranging time. However, being the economist, I can play what we call now the trade-off concept. The trade-off concept. So, my paper actually really lengthy paper, but I don't think I can finish within 10 minutes because they give me only 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I have to go to the roundtable meeting. However, I told them I can present paper based on my abstract and then based on my conclusion. Then, Assalamu alaikum. Anyway, actually, this value, Islamic value, in the changing world. So I put another, say some quotation. Aminun wa amilus solihat. Faith and amal soleh in a changing ummah. That's why I stress, in terms of Islamic value, for example, I heard yesterday, for the first conference, 2010, you also stress on Islamic value and Islamic studies in a changing world. But now you may go to the Islamic values in a changing world. But why don't you go to the concept of Islamic practicality in changing ummah? Don't talk about Islamic values. But if the individual Muslim cannot realize your brother Ibrahim said just now, in terms of Islamic realization in changing Ummah seperti itu. So, I stress for this particular topic, very wide topic. I stress on the Islamic values. Islam is a way of life, and concept of ummatan wasata, as well as amal ma'ruf, nahi munkar, to me are the main principle to change the world ummah, to be the best ummah in this world and world hereafter. So, in order to implement this principle, the system of education, I stress, the system of education for the Muslims themselves is very significant and crucial factors. In this connection, we have to design our own syllabus, which is include conventional and Islamic input together, whether through integrated knowledge or through Islamization of knowledge. We have to build our own university, our own facilities, our own way of life, which is clear objective and prospect for the life of today and the life of hereafter. At the same time, we Muslims need to be clear our target, our destination of life is the member of paradise, Ahlul Jannah, in hereafter. Therefore, in order to be member of paradise in hereafter, the Islamic value, al-amal ma'ruf nahi munkar, need to be fully observed. Then, by the moment, Muslim Ummah could be an exemplary Ummah, leading Ummah, and the best Ummah, as Allah mentioned in Al-Quranul Karim, based on ayah 3, Surah 5. That particular ayah 3, Surah 5, you can say. This paper, actually, I want to place all the 5 points together, but I don't think enough time for me. Number one, we're talking about Islamic value. Number two, I discuss Islam is a way of life. Number three, concept of ummatan wasata. Number four, amal ma'ruf nahi munkar. So these four, to me, they are the main principle to change the world ummah, to be the best ummah in the world today and world hereafter. This particular ayah, I start from this. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaikum ni'mati wa raditu lakumul Islam madinah. Saya masuk masa Melayu, saya nak kita touchy feeling. Pada hari ini, aku telah menyempurnakan bagi kamu agama kamu, dan aku telah mencukupkan nikmatku kepada kamu, dan aku telah redha, dan Islam itu menjadi agama kamu. So, this day, I have perfect to you your religion, and have bestowed upon you my bounty in full measure, and have been pleased to assign for you Islam as your religion. So this day to today the Muslim religion had developed into full-fledged system of life, reinforced by the authority and governmental power which is required. So the believer, therefore, no longer need to fear man, that they should fear Allah instead. So the perfection of religion here, mentioned in the above ayah, refer to mankind in a self-sufficient system of belief, conduct, and order of social life. So based on this, I just want to stress because the long slides. I just want to jump. The idea here is that when we want to implement the Islamic value, the difficulty today, people long time ago, even during the time of the 80s, people claim we Muslim, we open our own field, but we play Western game. That's the problem today. We, of course, we just see. That's why the Islamic value cannot be implemented fully. Because we open our own field, but we play American game. So how are you going to implement the particular idea I just mentioned to you? That's why we need to open our own university, our own syllabus, our own way of life. Let me fully follow whatever. That meaning we open our own field, we play our own game. So the concept, just more example we have today. The concept of our own game now play in Muslim world. The small example is the IUM in Malaysia. IUM in Malaysia start about in 1983. They want to implement the concept of Islamic banking. They have to create 2 baby born in Malaysia. Why is that? Number one, IUM, International Islamic University, parallel with the Islamic Bank in Malaysia, 1983. They may go together. Then we build our own field, we play our own game. Every syllabus in IUM, now about 150 students, 150 countries come to that particular university at the moment. IUM today, every syllabus, we include Islamic values. Islamic value, regardless what discipline you want. But Islamic value must be there. Islamic value must be there. So this is the way. But the idea today, just ask the particular university, for example. We are here now. How many syllabus of the particular university integrated knowledge with Islamic value? How many syllabus of the university we are dealing with Islamic values? I just talking about the empirical data. Last 2 years, I'm the one of the iBank of Thailand trainers. 2,500 staff. About 70% of the staff belong to Buddhist religion. Another 30% Muslim. But that particular Muslim, you work in Islamic bank, but you know nothing about Islamic banking and finance. Because why? Who to blame? Who to blame? I got one motto today. The people mentioned that. Stop blaming people. Stop blaming people. 95% of your pain today is caused from your own stupidity. Remember that. Blame ourselves. We don't prepare our own syllabus. We teach our own university, our own students, based on the conventional syllabus. That's the main thing. So I just conclude here that, if possible, our society today, we just go back to our own role. And then system of education to be changed according to the need of Islamic Sharia, including integrated knowledge or Islamization of knowledge. System politics, economic and social and other discipline of knowledge need to follow Sharia, Shariatullah, and integrated knowledge or Islamization of knowledge. This is what I want to touch. The part 3 I discussed today, long discussion even yesterday, and today Professor Kamal just mentioned about the Wasatiyyah. But this one I want to stress one more point. Actually, based on Kutubah Wida, khutbah wida related to Islamic values and application need to be observed by Muslim Ummah. Wherever one by one. The 11 point, if possible, you have to remember, memorize what is the Rasulullah SAW leave to us. Debate on khutbah wida. They give you 11 points of the khutbah wida together. Then you please read my paper, you get the point, whatever.
Yes, sir.
Then the next part is the the concept of ummatan wasata. So I don't want to touch on this one. It's the detailed discussion already. Ummatan wasata. But the part which I'm going to highlight here regarding the implementation of ummatan wasata. Ummatan wasata application in Malaysia, for example, I get one example. Of course, in terms of definition, we know that whether the moderation, whether middle, not that extreme, not that luxurious, not that stingy, tak begitu kedekut, tak begitu boros. This point, I want to show you that. Malaysian ketika, the data Malaysian. According to this scholar, Siddiq Fadil, he mentioned that wasatiyyah political principle to be implemented with respect to rule of law and people. Thus, the people are the source of power. So, the validity of the rule is subject to the people concerned. Wasatiyyah economic does not allow monopoly, so that the wealth is not confined only in the small group of people. There is no concept of concentration, no concept of monopoly, no concept of ihtikar, no concept of price discrimination, and so on. That is the concept of economic. Wasatiyyah also apply in terms of social organization. And then, this another party in Malaysia, you know, the president of PAS, he mentioned also regarding the Wasatiyyah implementation in Malaysia. Then he said that here, you build Wasatiyyah principle in Malaysia, not just build a perfect mosque, but no prayer there. You build perfect mosque, very nice mosque. In terms of prayer, Jum'ah, how many? In that implementation. And then, no just established bank Islam, Islamic bank, with a power to prevent riba, gharar, and injustice. Not just holding competition, musabakah, just to listen without making guidance in practice. Loss of properties to corruption, abuse, and this sort of thing. So Wasatiyyah, according Muslim scholar in Malaysia, they discuss in terms of whether the justice, whether the best, whether the selective, moderation, and balance. Last part, I want to read one by one. This is the conclusion for it. Last part, including remark and suggestion from myself. The Islamic values could change the world, and along with Amal Ma'ruf Nahi Munkar, could change the status of Ummah from the status of ignorance to the status of Salihin and Muttaqin, evidently proven based on the following reason. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala had already declared that from that particular ayah I mentioned above. That is the proven evidence. And then, number two, Prophet Muhammad SAW also mentioned that as long as you follow the two parts which I leave to you, you will not go astray. For the whole life, there is Al-Quran and Sunnah. You follow, stick. And then, based on the last khutbah, the khutbah wida, which Rasulullah SAW give his ummah as the last wasiyah. That means anyone who wants to achieve his or her life in this world and world hereafter need to follow and obey 100% without any query, question, and compromise. Number 4, the best ummah here is ummah wasatiyyah. In order to be the best ummah in this particular world and world hereafter, Muslims need to understand the concept of ummatan wasatah in daily life activities, whether in economic, political, and social activities, and do not follow other than our own Islamic principle or guidance of Shariatullah, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down to us through revealed knowledge. And in other words, we have to build our own field and we have to play our own game. I remind you one more thing. Number 5, now we have to know how to build our own field through a knowledgeable person. And we also have to know how to play our own game through knowledgeable person. Therefore, our own education, our own university, our own syllabus, our own facilities, and our own murabbi expertise are the most significant factors, whether through the method of integrity of knowledge or Islamization of knowledge or any other method. It makes no difference. But we have to teach our own students to know both knowledge of this world and the world of hereafter. Wabillahi taufiq wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much indeed that we expressed to our Professor Dr. Wan Sulaiman. As he mentioned that all presenters, including moderator, we are invited to join the upstairs meeting for roundtable meeting. On the same time, with our presentation and my moderation, without Islamic values, we cannot do this because of tolerance, passion, and forgiveness. So we can do this. But now, you need to use your own values now because we cannot continue our session because all of us need to go and join the roundtable meeting. And we hope that all of you can join other rooms and parallel room that can learn from other presentation. So jazakumullah khairan to all presenters, and hope you will be enjoy with other room. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jazakumullah khairan jaza. Thank you very much for all the presenters as well as the moderator. Thank you very much for your expertise and the exchange of thought with us today. And to express our thankfulness to the presenters, may I call upon Assistant Professor Dr. Abdullah Numsuk to come on the stage to present our token of appreciation. So please welcome.